Hi, I'm here to talk to you about the Intentional Endowments Network. About 5 years ago, college and university presidents, trustees, and CFOs across the nation reached out to Tony Cortese and George Dyer, as well as Jonathan Lash, for guidance on how to respond to the students' inquiries about the ways the endowment was invested. Some Canvas conversations were civil, some Canvas conversations were heated, but all had the potential to become politically charged for the universities. Some were focused on fossil fuel investments, some were focused on gun ownership and manufacture of guns, some were focused on private prisons. But really at the heart of the conversation, the students were posing a question to the endowments. Are the investments you're making in your endowments helping to create the just and sustainable world that the universities are trying to create for us and for the rest of the society? In April 2014, Tony and George, with the help of Barbara Simonetti, designed a forum for presidents, trustees, CFOs, and faculty and other university members to explore the question outside of the political limelight. Were they investing in ways that were aligned with their sustainability goals and their mission as educators? What should they do if they were not? And what would be their financial and reputational implications if they did make a change? The forum made it clear that there was a need for an ongoing conversation for college and university fiduciaries to explore the questions, and the Intentional Endowments Network was born. Nearly 5 years later, the network has over 150 members, including colleges and universities, financial firms, and nonprofits, all working together and learning together about why and how to align endowment investments with institutional mission, and how they might do this while also achieving their risk-return objectives that are so crucial to support the ongoing life of the university and college. Over the last 5 years, as more and more endowment fiduciaries have seen the financial imperative, not just the moral imperative, but the financial imperative, to consider the risks that arise from unforeseen environmental and social practices among corporations, and that arise from poor governance, the questions have moved at the Intentional Endowments Network from why to how. How should we do this? Out of that, this roadmap was born this year. And we created the roadmap for intentionally designed endowments. It's a step-by-step process that's based on the experience of universities and colleges like you. During our first forums, participants often felt overwhelmed that they were somehow going to have to transform their entire portfolio overnight in a way that considers, and we're relieved to learn that investing in a way that considers the social and environmental impact and the effective governance structures is a prudent process that evolves over time, and that there are ways to send signal messages to the capital markets to change business as usual, which is what we've all been talking about in the past 2 days. So there are 6 steps to the roadmap. I don't know if it's possible to back up because I want to show the last slide. Thank you. So you can see the first 3 arrows. You haven't started investing yet. There's no overhauling of your portfolio. You're not changing things overnight. You're really doing what any prudent fiduciary would do. You're learning. You're building consensus about what you understand and what you want to do, and then you're establishing an investment policy statement. No rash decisions, no overnight overturn, and then really when you get to this circle is when you start to make your investments. So those 3 steps are key. We would not advise that any endowment goes forward without those. Once you get to the portfolio, there's an iterative process that involves assessing what's in your portfolio right now, aligning those investments with your mission, and then monitoring both the financial performance and the impact of your investments, and what kind of impact are you having on the world with your investments. Finally, it's very important, as a few people have mentioned today, to communicate once you've done that, to share your story. And that's what will be happening today at the endowment track at 10:30. So we invite you all to join that conversation where your peers will be discussing where they are on the roadmap and how they've used these steps to push themselves to aligning their investments with their mission. Thank you.